Wait a minute. Is that my sheets?
Hey there everybody, my name is Cozy and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Checking In. Figured I'd put one of these out because there's a lot of stuff that I kind of wanted to talk about, and I figured maybe it'd get brushed over if we did a normal video. So first of all, I'd like to say I'm sorry for missing last week without any explanation. I try to be as consistent as I can, but you know, sometimes things just come down to the wire, and you know, I don't have the stuff like prepared, because the thing was last week we put my grandfather and my grandma into Arlington National Cemetery, which is pretty cool. Now, my grandmother died back in 2019, and my grandpa died in February of last year, so they have been gone for a while. But yeah, it was around that time. It was a long process to get them a slot in Arlington, more than you'd probably assume. But also at the same time, like, it is like the cemetery for military people, so you know they have a really busy schedule. I forget, it's like, you know, they put in like hundreds of people. I want to say a week, maybe a day. I don't know. But it's a lot of people, so it took us a long time to get them, get everything straightened out and get them up there. So obviously that's in Virginia. So I went up there and hung out with some family that I haven't seen in a really long time, which was really nice. Hung out with a lot of my mom's old friends, because you know they, like a lot of my mom's old friends, that was just back in the time where everyone knew everyone. So a lot of her friends knew her dad and my grandpa really well. So that was kind of cool, and it was, you know, a lot of exchanging stories and hearing about, like, oh, you know, Matt, did you know me and your mom used to do this and this, and we, like, you know, go skipping stones and shit like that or whatever. And that was really cool to just hear a bunch of old stories, and that was a lot of fun. And then as far as actually putting him into Arlington, it was weird because, you know, it was pretty standard, and I was like, yeah, obviously this is what's happening. They're reading the final prayers or whatever, so, you know, recapping his career, all that stuff. But then it kind of became surreal when they played taps, because I was like, whoa. Like, this is the part you always see in movies, you know what I mean? You know, it's an overcast day, and they fold up the flag, and then they play taps. Fucking, but when it's like you there, and it's actually happening for someone in your family, it's like, damn, wow, it felt very final, you know, in a good way. And they did, you know, obviously they folded up the flag. I don't know if this is apparent or not, but they were cremated. It was both of their wishes to be cremated. We didn't go up there with some frozen bodies or some shit and then put them on the slab and say, yo, get these motherfuckers in the ground before they thaw out. No, it was ashes. So just want to clear that up. But yeah, so they were right next to each other, and the way it went was it was an inurnment. So because they were both already cremated, they went into one of the walls that they have. And yeah, the crazy thing, well, I guess not crazy, but the thing I didn't expect at the end of the ceremony was, so it was like, you can imagine, if you imagine Arlington, you know, if you have an idea of what Arlington looks like, a lot of graves, and there was kind of like a stone walkway between some of the grave sites, like, you know, dividing the plots and all that. And there was like a little tent they set up, like a little overhead, you know, for shade, or I guess in case it started raining. And that we had the service under there. But then at the end, like, I thought they would carry him away, carried like my grandma and grandpa, and, you know, put them wherever they needed to go on the wall. But they were like, all right, well, we need two people from your family to carry them to their final resting spot. And I was like, oh shit, like, what the fuck? And I didn't know. And my mom had the flag in her hands, so me and my older uncle got up to do it. And he looked at me and he was like, I'm getting my mom. And I was like, all right, fair enough. I'll get Grandpa. So, yeah, I had the unexpected pleasure of carrying my grandpa, to the wall, which I don't mean to make light of it or, anything like that, but now that I think about it, this thought didn't really cross my mind earlier, but it's a bit strange that I was the last person, in a way, to touch my grandfather. Now, obviously, this was the way it was a nice, it was a black box, and inside it was like a plastic sealed bag with his ashes in it. But in a way, yeah, I was the last person to touch my grandfather, and the last person, I carried him to his final resting spot, assuming that Arlington doesn't undergo some big renovation and they move all this shit around. But yeah, wow, I didn't think about that until just now. But it was something I didn't expect, but as I was doing it, I was like, I'm glad I'm doing this. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I got out of my chair and was like, yeah, I'll do it. Because initially I was like, oh shit, someone else do it. I didn't want to make a misstep or drop him or something. But yeah, I'm glad that and it felt very appropriate, because I spent his last years were with me and my he was living with my parents, and I just had a lot of respect for him and for my grandma, of course. But my uncle said, I'm getting grandma, so I said, all right. But yeah, so that was last Wednesday, so that squarely took up when I would have been putting up videos. We went up Tuesday, came back like Thursday. So I apologize that I didn't let y'all know, because obviously it's something I knew about in advance. My plan was to record in advance and edit them and schedule some videos to go out, but just time got away from me, as it always seems to do. So I do apologize for that. I will be better about letting y'all know when a little break's about to come up. If you want to help that, you can go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Once we hit, I believe it's 1,000 subscribers, I'll be able to post text to YouTube for the subscribers to see, which would be cool, because then I could actually just drop updates. Because y'all probably know this, I don't really like using other social media. Like, I know obviously it would be to my benefit, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. Mainly, TikTok now, which I've considered doing, and I might try to pursue, only because TikTok is so hot. That could maybe bring some more people into the fold. But I just, I wish that there was, or I've wanted a way to post, just a quick text update. And I knew that you could do it, but a long time ago I didn't know that it required X number of subs, which makes sense, because if it didn't have that sub requirement, I guess people would just start using it like it's other social media, like basically a Facebook 2.0, just making posts like all the time, text posts, and that's not what YouTube wanted. So I understand the 1,000 subscriber requirement. I just wish I was there already. Only to, it'd be so much easier to just be able to post some picture, to get some more community involvement, or so that I could do stuff just quickly and easily like other social media, and just post it right out there for y'all to see. Get a little bit more content, be a little bit more spicy. That'd be fun. I would really enjoy that. But it'll have to be sometime in the future. But yeah, going to Arlington was kind of like the capstone of a pretty busy 1 week, because the Friday before that I went to see Hannah's play, and then after the next day, on that Saturday, then I went to Jonah's, because we had my boys Andrew's bachelor party, and that was overnight. And then I came back and had to leave for my parents' place on Monday. And then this previous Saturday, we just had a bunch of Hannah's friends over, and we had a fire and stuff like that. So that was a lot of fun. But it's just been like non-stop for a lot longer than I'm used to. So I'm still trying to calm some shit down. But I do appreciate all of y'all understanding. Bringing it to today, well, yesterday when y'all are seeing this, but as like I said, it's not a secret. I pre-record this stuff a day or two in advance, you know. But on Monday of this week, I went and talked to that therapist again, which was really cool. I'm kind of getting, or what she told me, she was like, you know, you seem to have a lot of anxiety. Because I describe things and how I felt about stuff, and she was like, yeah, you know, maybe some of these other things, but she's like, what I'm really seeing is an anxiety, like, for a lot of, you know, different reasons or whatever. So I thought that was interesting. I mean, she hasn't, I don't even know if she has the, you know, the power to diagnose me with something like generalized anxiety or whatever. Not that that's what I'm seeking, but it was interesting getting that, like having a professional be like, yeah, it's a lot of what you're talking about is pretty much could be linked back to anxiety and just being anxious about shit. So that was nice. There's a little bit of revelation. I think I'm going to bring this up next time though, because honestly, like it's the appointments are an hour long, but we kind of go there and it's easy to talk about stuff, but I'm going to be like, you know, honestly, I feel like more should be wrong if I'm sitting here, which, you know, I don't know what she'll have to say about that, but it does kind of feel, at least to me, where I'm like, oh, I feel like this could be done in 20 minutes, or like I don't really know if I have enough to talk about for this session, because she's pretty much setting them up in 3-week increments. But next time I might be like, yeah, we should probably push that out more, because I just feel like it's not enough time. Not a lot goes on in my life. I don't have like a glaring, you know, like an issue or something that is evolving rapidly. And for me, just for me, I kind of feel like this time I went back, this was my second appointment, and she was like, how have you felt about this, and this that we talked about last time? And I was like, fuck. It hasn't really even computed. It hasn't been long enough, you know? But overall, you know, it was a nice experience, and I had a progress review. I had a progress review with my supervisor this morning, and he said I was doing well, which was another big relief, because I'm not sure if I mentioned it on here, but I was just been concerned that in my progress reviews, my supervisor, who I've pissed off many a times, he and I have constantly been in opposition. You know, we really don't see eye to eye on many things, and I let him know that, which is my, you know, but I thought he was maybe going to try to screw me over with the progress review, but he didn't, you know, so that was nice, and I really appreciated that. And just the way things are going with my job, you know, it's still not where I want to be permanently, but things have gotten better with, you know, just my attitude going in, how I react to things, and how I interact with people. My attitude approaching the work has changed a lot, so for the better. I mean, so I'm very thankful for that, you know, and I'm very thankful for all of you. Like I said, you know, understanding about last week. So I hope you're all having a good week so far. Hopefully nothing too terrible happened on your Monday. I know Mondays can be rough, but hey, you know, we got to push through it, right? Which I know is easier said than done. But doing some things for yourself really help. And this is some of the things that, like, my therapist has brought up is, well, we kind of talk about, you know, how can you pull yourself out of these anxious thoughts? And one of the things we talked about is meditating, and that's, you know, that's why I tell it to y'all. I think meditating, just doing a quick meditation is good, but it doesn't have to be a meditation, right? It can be making yourself a tea or a coffee, you know, or any type of drink that you like, or just, if you can, go on a walk outside, but if not, maybe just getting close to a window, you know, opening up the window, seeing the world outside. That can really help, even, you know, especially if you can't make it outside to move around outside of your living space's walls. A window could really help. So, just small things, you know how it is. I try to sprinkle in a little bit of self-help stuff with each of these videos, let me know down in the comments what you do for some self-help or self-soothing, you know, whenever you're feeling anxious or down. What do you do to pull yourself out of it? Again, I really appreciate y'all understanding. Appreciate your interactions with the video. I appreciate you as a person. This Friday we'll be getting back into games. Okay, I know it's like haven't been posting too many games recently, but we're gonna get back into gaming. Probably play Life After Death, try to finish that up. That seems like a fun game, well made, a little bit of spooky for Halloween, and then we'll just have to see where things go from there. But I hope y'all having a fantastic week, right? Monday, whether it was really good or really bad, it's over now. It's Tuesday, okay? Probably Tuesday evening by the time you're watching this, if you watch it when it comes out. And that means we only got one more day until hump day's over, right? And then it's pretty much just a slide into the end of the week, and then we can enjoy our weekend, okay? So everyone out there, stay strong, okay? Stay strong and do something good for yourself. Everybody, thank you all so very much for tuning in. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already so I can see you all here on Friday with our scary game. Please make sure that you remember to get lots of sleep, drink lots of water, and eat lots of food. And I will see you all here on Friday. Bye-bye, everybody.